Okay, I should be back. Yeah, I just reset the modem and all that. Yeah, it looks good now. Yeah, so sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so, basically, it's really hard to feel hopeful right now. It's really hard to feel like anything that I'm doing will have any tangible effect on my life. Like it's really easy to feel that. I'm actually really struggling right now. I feel like I have no hope in my life. I feel like all the things that I'm doing are like not doing anything. I feel ugly. I feel like I'm not good looking enough to be successful, you know, as a model. That's not true. Like, I know these things aren't true. And I feel like it's so easy to just tell ourselves these lies. It's very rarely true. There might be times where it is, like, true. I doubt most people who feel this way are actually right. Damn it. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have a thorn stuck in there now. I looked around the internet cable outside, and I was like moving around like rose bushes. I got a little bit of a ouchie. I'm gonna put some castor oil on it. Yeah, I don't know. It's so I'm trying to like come up with you know, I've been trying to come up with solutions for quite a while. And the fact that I'm even thinking about solutions is a good sign. It's definitely important. But a lot of the times I just feel like I'm going in circles. Even though I know that I'm making progress. Like I know that I'm moving forward with things. And I don't know. I think it's just mostly like I have a really hard time getting myself out of this slump of actually being able to do the work that I need to in order to actually get out of here. That's actually like the challenge. Yeah, mostly like I don't have anything really on my calendar that's like actively doing something until September. Like literally everything on my calendar. How come my therapy isn't on this calendar? Yeah, every Thursday and Friday I have a meeting. Literally every single day other than that, and also those are only like an hour each those days. I literally have a completely open calendar. I could be doing so much work. I could be like completely like crushing. But I'm not. Like I could be out there like every single day, like writing articles, making videos. Like I have so much free time. But I just feel crushed by the own, like, I don't know what's holding me back. Like I don't know. I'm trying to really get myself to just show up on a continual basis to do the work. Like I have, the other day I was doing an IRL stream, and that was before I got this bag. And inside this bag, other than my phone or I even put my tablet in here. In this bag is literally everything everything I need to plan, create, and upload everything, at least for my blog. But that it's not just about my blog. Like it's about my YouTube and all my other, like I can plan like my I can even do like TikToks. Like literally everything I need for a career is in here. Like, I have, and like I have like some notebooks. This is for my novel only. This is my second draft to my novel, my handwritten parts of it, handwritten drafts, because I don't always do handwriting. So I even have a typewriter. This is my journal that I don't share with anyone. I've randomly read a few entries here. Like sometimes I choose to share stuff, and this is just my scrap notebook for everything else, for writing my articles, for writing short fiction, or just random notes. I'm writing an article like literally like for the past week now. It's only been a week. Like literally, I have a whole draft to an article right here in these 2 pages. I just need 2 or 3 more paragraphs to conclude it, and then I'm gonna type it in and then possibly expand on it or cut stuff out or whatever. Outline the article. Random poetry and stuff like that every now and then. Notes for my work with my therapist and stuff like that. I usually do that in my journal, but and then I got some pens. Of course you need pens. And I can just as long as I have some kind of data connection or an internet connection, I could literally write something into my phone or my tablet and upload it to my blog. Like I don't even need computer access. I have a Bluetooth keyboard. It's rechargeable. That has like a little thing you can even put your phone like right in here, or your tablet. Except I don't know what happened to my tablet now. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Oh no, I know where it is. Yeah, and I got my tablet. And I can write into a Google Doc. And I have music like that I've saved for offline usage. So I can literally put... I actually... Sometimes I just wear this backpack and have that one on my shoulder. But I can literally put that bag into this bag and carry it around as a backpack. And I can even do like IRL streaming. My phone works pretty well for IRL streaming. I got like a good selfie stick. You know, like, so I could literally, I'm location free. I could literally work from anywhere that I can bring that backpack. And I'm not. Like, I'm struggling just to get a reliable work habit. Like, this is the challenge I have. Like, I literally am not doing the work. That's the challenge. Because I know, I have faith in myself. I have faith in my ability once I do the work. But I need to do the work. Yeah, sorry, there's been outages today for, you know, for my internet. Digital nomad, yeah, for real. And but the thing is I'm trying to scale for long term. That's why it's been taking a long time to get started. Because I'm trying to think about the rest of my life. You know? And, you know, as far as like, you know, if we're going to talk about my other content, like my OnlyFans and stuff, that will work literally the rest of my life. I know people will think that, you know, people seem to think, and they have all these ideas about adult content. Literally, no matter what age you are, as long as you're 18 or older, there is an audience. Like, there will always be an audience. And I feel like I should not feel rushed by age. Plus, I'm pretty attractive, I think. So I don't think there's an issue there. So, you know, there's always that. I feel like that's separate from my main career, though. That's like it's like I basically have two things going on at once. Like, I basically treat them completely separate. But I'm doing pretty well in that one, I think. I think I have a lot of potential. I'm getting like 600 viewers, you know, sometimes averaging like 100 to 200 viewers on my on my live show. But I can't like talk. I can't send you guys there. If I can talk about it, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I hear people on Twitch talk about it all the time. They talk, you know, like people like talk about like the fact that they have an OnlyFans, like all the time. In some cases, literally linking their link tree. So, you know, it's I don't talk about details, and I don't like try to get my viewers to like subscribe to there, but it's doing pretty well. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. And I just have to keep going. And also, there will be times where I'm not, and obviously because of my surgeries, I'm not going to be able to do content for those for a while. But I'm thinking about the long term. And besides that, my blog is really the main focus I want to be doing right now. It's actually like everything else is kind of just taking a huge backseat right now. Like all my internet stuff, like all my YouTube, my stream, I don't really care about that so much right now. Like, I'm using it right now as a tool to just kind of like, to try to like catch up with myself, or like check in with myself, and to check in with you guys, because I do get, every now and then I get new people show up and they seem to really like me. You know, you guys seem to like me. No, I don't want to be homeless. I was homeless for a long time. I do not want to be homeless. I will do everything in my power to not be homeless ever again. But I do love traveling, and I do love being out and about in the world. It's just very difficult for me, for a number of reasons. One of them is just energy. I just don't have the energy, and a lot of that is because of autism. It basically... I'm a very extroverted person. I love talking to people. I love being around people. I love working with people. But it exhausts me, not because I'm an introvert, but because of autism. So I'm effectively introverted, but I'm like an extroverted person trapped in an introvert's body. I mean, I'm an introverted person trapped in... Wait. I'm an Yeah, I don't know enough. I'm an extrovert who can't be extroverted. You know, I do try, and I'm actually like doing better over time. But I really love the idea of being able to work from a backpack. Like that is so like amazing to me, that I don't need anybody. I don't need any special equipment. I don't need, like, I can literally write my articles handwritten into a notebook as a draft, and then just type them into my phone or type them into my tablet. And just as long as I can find an internet connection somewhere, or I can find data, like a signal from my phone, I can then upload it to WordPress. You know, I might downgrade my, I don't know, I bought like $100 a year plan for WordPress. I don't think I need the full 100. I think I can downgrade it by one and just be like $40 a year. I don't know. I just needed the domain name, RebeccaLauren.com. Like, that's, how awesome is that? I have a website that's literally my name. But I only have 2 articles, and I am getting new follows on it. Like, I actually, like, even those 2 articles are getting follows. And so my goal now is to actually add more articles and just keep adding articles in the best quality that I can, get better at writing articles, do more research for articles. And it'll just get better and better and better and better. But I need to do that work, because right now I'm not doing any work. Like, I'm just like, to be fair, I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. That's like, I mean, like I said, my calendar is empty, but my brain is not. Okay, like I am really struggling just to get through each day. And journaling has helped, but sometimes I don't even pick up the journal. I have not picked up the journal in a few days now. Even though I know I need to. And I know it helps. And I know it's going to get me closer to my goals. I have not picked up the notebook to write those couple paragraphs. Even though all I know is it requires like 5 minutes at a time. I just sit down, start writing, and then until I can like run out of steam, and then just put it away, write the time. Because what I do is I put the date, and I organize everything by day. I don't really organize everything basically, I just organize every file that I make or every document that I write by the exact date and time. So I know that, like, oh, on this day, these are all the things I worked on. And I will organize those through different file names or different, like if I'm working on Evenstar, which is my novel, I'll literally write anything related to that on that day, starting with Evenstar, draft B. Because I already wrote draft A. But, so then it's like everything related to that on the same day, so that when I go into the main document to consolidate all of it, I just go day by day and I put it in order of time. So if I wrote something at 3 o'clock in the morning, but then I wrote something else on a different document somewhere else at like 5 in the morning, not that I would be writing at 3 in the morning, but that was the first time that came to my mind. Then I put that one in, and I put it in order of time rather than order of, because there's so many different ways I write. I'll write by hand in multiple different journals. I'll write by typewriter sometimes. And I have like a folder system for that. I have like a bag where I keep all my folders. And then I keep everything by folders. I date everything and I number them, and then I keep them with the last page first. So it's like so it's like if it's 15 pages, it'll say 15 on the top. So I'll know that there's 15 pages that day. So I put the date like with year first, 2022 08 like dash 08 dash 17 dash WED. Like I use the three letter day format, and then I put the 24-hour time. Like every single time I write, I start with the time that I start typing or handwriting, and then when I run out of steam, I write the time that I ended. And then I do that to keep track of how long I write. So I know that, like, hey, this is how much I generally write in 5 minutes. And it's usually like a paragraph, or like two or three paragraphs. And I just do like 5 minutes of writing, take a break, go for a walk, get exercise somehow, do something else, read a book, whatever. And I've been reading lately more. And then when I'm ready, which I can make myself ready sometimes. But right now, I'm really just trying to get started again. It's only been a week, so I need to remember that it hasn't been much time. It seems like it's been a ton of time, but it has not. It's only been a week since I've been attempting to get back into a writing schedule to write this article specifically. It's been only a week, okay? But I want to get 3 articles a week. I want to be able to get to that point. Right now I need to write 1 article in as long as it takes. And then I'll do another article as long as it takes. And I want to be able to shorten that time window so that I could be able to write 3 quality articles a week. I don't think that's impossible to do. Some people write a quality article per day. Okay, that's obviously a long-term goal, but right now I want to get to that 3 articles a week. And I don't want them to I don't want to just do it all like, last minute, like rush. I want to have like a continual process where I actually come back to work on it, take a break, work on it again. Like I just want to keep pecking away at it. That's my goal, and I'm getting there, but it just feels like I'm not really making any progress. And I need to get over that, because I really am. It's also been harder to get outside. It's been really hot out lately. Hopefully the weather starts to cool down again and I can go out for walks and even do some IRL streams again. I really liked that IRL stream I did, although I think I kept the camera at a bad angle, but I'll fix that. Yeah, it was not a flattering angle. And also I need to figure out the stabilization because the background was very distracting. It was really shaky. Yeah, writing and programming has a lot of overlap. I actually remember, I don't know if you've ever watched Brandon Sanderson's writing class. He puts his writing course at BYU on YouTube. I've watched several iterations of it. And he kind of comes back to a lot of the same stuff, but it evolves over time. And he's definitely evolved as a writer. Very prolific author. He's got a lot left in him too. After I finish Wheel of Time, I have the Stormlight Archives to start. This is, I've already read 9 chapters of it, but I can't wait to get into this. I've heard so many good things about it, and even just from what I read, it was so good. So good. I can't wait. Brandon Sanderson, one of my favorite authors. Just a very good storyteller. Sometimes a little bit too formulaic, and a lot of people will have, people do have criticisms about his writing because of that. But I think he has been getting better over time. Less formulaic, or at least less obvious. His debut novel was very formulaic. Elantris. But it was good. I liked it. And I liked Mistborn. Mistborn was really good. And he hasn't even finished it. He wrote the Wax and Wayne, trilogy. But he's going to continue Mistborn. I don't know when he will release the next one, but it's been a while since I've read Mistborn, though. I might have to read it all again. I don't know. I have a hard time with rereading books. I generally won't do it. I just keep going and just get a new one. But yeah, writing, he actually talked about it one time that a lot of people who are programmers as a day job have a really hard time getting their creative writing done because they use a lot of the same muscles, so to speak. You use a lot of the same parts of your brain as a job as a programmer. And so by the time you worked a whole day programming and then you go home, you're completely fried. And so he said the thing that works the most, the best for people, for writers. Hey, what's up, Bert Wirt? The thing he talks about for writers that works the best is that anybody who's a programmer as a job, as a day job, should get their creative writing before they go into work. because generally it's not really going to negatively affect your performance at work, but it does work the inverse, where your performance at work will directly affect your ability to creatively write. It's a lot of the same kind of organization, like where you have a problem that you're trying to solve and you break it into little modules, and then you connect those modules together in the way that works. That's really what writing is. There's a lot of coding involved, where you actually type the paragraphs and stuff, but that's really only the necessary evil. Obviously, in order to write, you have to write. That's obvious. It should be. But really, even people who are free, not free writers, but some people say pantsers or planners. I hate planning versus pantsing. I hate that terminology so much. It sounds so stupid. Pantsing, you're pulling someone's pants down. I know people say flying by the seat of your pants, but honestly, pantsing, it sounds so fucking weird. What? I'm not pantsing someone. Come on. That's a crime. No, some people say garden, architect versus gardener. I call it outlining and improvising. But basically it's all the same thing. Or outlining versus revising or whatever. I don't know. Basically everybody, even somebody who's an improviser, who kind of just basically when you're a rewriter, I think Brandon Sanderson puts it in as outliner and rewriter. A rewriter is someone who just writes their whole draft, and then you basically that's basically a big giant outline that then you then use to rewrite, and then that makes a new outline, and then you use that outline to rewrite. And that's generally what a lot of writers will do, if they're rewriters. They'll rewrite the draft multiple times because they learn stuff each iteration of it. And people don't understand that writing has a lot of work that goes into it. You don't just write it once and then just proofread it, do a spell check and then publish it. If you do and it works, that's a freaking crazy superpower, and you're a very rare breed of person. But most people, when they write a first draft, it's going to be complete garbage, and you have to rewrite several times. And depending on how you work, some people have a more strict outline, and their rewriting involves just going in and spot checking. I don't know what they do exactly, but that's what Stephen King does. He has an idea of what he's going to do, and he knows exactly what it's going to be before he starts writing. And then there's George R.R. Martin, who's a rewriter, where he just keeps writing, and then he learns new stuff as he goes, and then when he goes in for the second draft, he rewrites it, knowing the stuff that he learned. Because when you're writing it and you're making it up as you go, you're gonna have a lot of inconsistencies, and it's not gonna make sense, and it's not gonna be rhetorically effective. The narrative is gonna suffer because, I learned this thing later in chapter 20 or whatever, and now I need to reframe the whole story knowing that that's gonna be the case. And so that's kind of how I write. I just keep writing, and then I create a more clear and concise outline, which is what I'm working on in Evenstar. Is I now have a more solid foundation over what the characters and the story is. So now I can make a very clear outline, and now that I'm going in for the second draft, I'm gonna have scene by scene. You can have a timeout. But right now I'm not really particularly focused on my novels. I do want to finish my novels, and I will not stop. And as you know, but I'm not really primarily. I'm primarily focused right now, not on writing my novels, but I'm primarily focused on getting myself into a solid writing work habit. And my articles for my blog are going to be the most affected for that because they're much shorter form content. They're much more focused content, and they have a very clear outcome. They have a very clear goal. Whereas a novel, every single novel is like a new thing, and that's a whole different process. And there's character involved. There's no like, I mean, there are some like kind of objective like quality, like quantitative like quality, like rules, but there's generally no real like. I can't like look at something and say, oh, this is how I'm going to write the novel. I kind of have to create it individually, like to match exactly what that novel needs. Whereas like an article, there's like a standardized like way to write things about a topic for an article. That's like, you know, there's Associated Press, like, you know, the guidelines like for writing journalism, but I'm doing more opinion and lifestyle based articles, so it's a different kind of format, and there's a certain way to write that. It's a certain length, so I know that like I have to achieve a certain thing in a certain constraint, and that's a very different skill than having a giant fantasy novel where I'm focusing on one book at a time. I think it's really important not to like think about like sequels. I know that there will be sequels, and so I'm focusing mainly on the character development. But then I still have a very solid story that should stand on its own for my novel. And the sequels, I'm not like stringing my readers along. That's what a lot of amateur authors will do. Which is they kind of like say, oh, I want a 3-part series. And so they kind of skimp. They keep stuff out of their first book because they want to save it for the second one. But no, like the best thing and the most effective thing and the things readers will enjoy the most will put all your best stuff in each individual novel. Don't write the second one until you've already released the first one. Like, I mean, don't like think about it like, oh, I need to save it for later, because your reader is going to lose interest. You need to hook your reader from the beginning. You need to make your best content right on page 1. And obviously, you know, there's ways to do that without like just going completely like blowing all, you know, obviously that's a technique thing. Like what a lot of amateur writers will do is they're like, oh, I want to write a 5-part series. And so then they kind of basically make it like they kind of dish it out, like where they're just like stringing you along. And nobody likes that. Like, it's just really bad. They're like, oh, I'm gonna write it this way because you know, I'm not gonna put that into until the second novel. And it's like, no, like do everything that you want to accomplish with that novel in that novel, and then for sequels, do everything that you want to accomplish for that part of the story in that novel. Like, they should each stand on their own as unique stories within that overarching story. And that's what I notice about very successful authors. That's how they approach their books. And you can tell by reading them. Like Mistborn, it was like a 3-part series, and then there's like 3 more. That's like in different, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, like there's 6 books in Mistborn. But like the first trilogy focuses on the same characters, but each story is a different story. Like the first one is a certain story, but then there's an overarching story that the second one then dives into. But it's not like stringing you along until the third one. You're satisfied with each individual story. It's like Back to the Future, part 1, 2, and 3. Each of those movies is part of an overarching storyline, but you can watch each of those individual movies and without having to appreciate the other ones. So every single story is its own unique story. But that's a different kind of thing that I'm working on long term for my novel writing. So right now my focus is to get a stable daily writing habit where I'm sitting down and writing something for and right now I don't even care what I write. I can just be journaling random thoughts. And I'm kind of doing that right now by talking, but there's a difference between talking and actually sitting down to write. I don't really believe at least for me, I don't really believe in dictation. There's a lot of authors who are really good, that's really like good for them. I don't think dictation really works for me. I work a lot better when I'm actually sitting down in front of a page and actually typing or handwriting. Because it's like I'm one-to-one connected with the product, with the end product. Whereas with talking, I have a completely different mindset. And I'll talk a lot, like that's why I stream. Like that I work a lot of the details that will then later go through my writing. But in the end of the day, my writing only happens when I sit down to write. And then editing is a whole other process, which I also need to get better at. But first, I need to have something to edit. I already do have my benefits, Cardano. I've talked about this. I got SSI back in March. Right now, it's just there's a lot of delays with trying to get housing. Even I would prefer to have an apartment, but even my own trailer would still be better than. I don't know though, because like I don't know if I'm gonna go to another trailer. I don't think that's a good option unless it's on a property that like I have like autonomy in. Because I feel, but I mean, if it's at another trailer park, that would be a downgrade. Because the trailer park I live in is very good. This is a very good place to live for living in a trailer park. The problem is that I live with my dad, and also like the spot I'm in is really good. My dad really fought hard for this. But you know, this is his life, not mine. It's basically not about. It's not really about the like I need independence. Like I need a place where I can obviously any place where I wouldn't be able to continue my work is out of the question. I don't want to just survive. Okay? And so that's what happens a lot of times. People get on SSI and they can't really get out of it. And I'm trying to escape poverty. Okay? I'm not trying to stay in poverty. And if I get into a living situation where I can no longer do my work, which is a number of things, obviously my writing can always happen. But there's a lot of work associated with my entire career. There's definitely some work where I definitely need privacy, like OnlyFans. So I definitely cannot live in a situation where I'm living with a roommate. At the very least, I can't live in a situation where I'm in close proximity to a roommate. I'd have to be like on the opposite side of the house or something like that. No, I don't really want to date. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I need independence. That's really it. Like, I need to be able to manage my own life without other people being a part of it. It doesn't mean I have to like be a hermit. What I'm saying is like my day-to-day living should not be dictated by like my dad or a roommate or something like that. Any roommate situation would have to have autonomy. Like I would have to not be affected by the person. It would have to basically be the same as if I was independent. Unfortunately, that's not really an option. We're looking, my mom's also looking, but I gave her a list of requirements. And unfortunately, I can't skimp on those requirements. I know from over a decade of struggling to get myself to where I need to be. And especially when I was homeless and couch surfing, I know from a very long time what I need in order to be successful in my day-to-day life. And there's certain things that I just need as a requirement for a living situation. And so that means I can't live with family members. I can't live with a close proximity like roommate. I can't, I definitely need privacy. at least 3 or 4 days a week. But I would prefer to have independence. Yeah, I am. Well, not like I'm not really trying to make money right now, but I'm trying to make discovery. I don't really want to talk up too much about that here. Yeah, I don't really have any clothing of value though. I have like the same like few outfits. That's not really an option. Oh, you mean like selling my panties? I don't really know how to do that. There's a lot of things. See, I'm not trying to just make a quick buck. I don't think you understand. I'm trying to think about long-term, sustainable income that won't take away all my benefits without replacing them. So it's like I can't just get like a quick fix. I can't just sell some panties. Okay, like that's not what I'm looking for. I have SSI. I have basic income. So my goal now is instead, I'm trying to grow a brand. I'm trying to grow an audience. I'm not trying to monetize. Because I was actually starting to make some good money on OnlyFans, but it wasn't enough. It was like I after like only a few months, I was getting $60 a month, and that was with bare minimum effort. And it's just I can't really focus so much on that. It's a lot of work, and I know people think it's easy. It's not. It's not easy at all. And you know, getting myself out there, I'm committed to doing like 4 days a week now of doing my live show on a different platform. And that's good. I was getting like 100 to 200 people average, and at points for not insignificant amounts of time, I was getting like 600 viewers. So those are all people who can like see my content and follow me and follow my other links and my bio. So, you know, that's good. If the more I do that over time, I think I'm going to be pretty successful. But I'm doing much more than that. I want to build a sustainable writing career. I want to like build a brand based on my blog and my YouTube and my stream. So that's something else entirely. That's something that requires a different skill set, and it requires sustainable effort over time. It's not a quick fix. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Okay. It's like something that requires a lot of planning and effort over time, and a lot of luck. You know, I need to be able to make money a year down the line, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. I can't just make like a whole bunch of money right now and then no longer be able to do it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the trouble I was having with OnlyFans, is I was able to do it for short bursts, but then I just ran out of steam. And so it takes time. And I'm working on that. But on a different platform, because OnlyFans is more like it's a bottom funnel, whereas my live show is a top funnel. It's the opposite of streaming, I think. Like, it's like streaming like on Twitch. That's like a bottom funnel. You don't get discovered so much on Twitch, or at all. Interestingly enough, pretty much all of my followers, like all of my loyal viewers, discovered me on Twitch, or maybe they discovered me somewhere else and came here. So I don't know. I really don't know, for sure. But you know, like, basically like Twitch and stuff, and even YouTube streaming is a bottom funnel. Like, people only show up here if they're already invested. Whereas like, stuff like TikTok, or like, you know, more deliberately edited, like algorithm friendly YouTube videos are a top funnel. Yeah, of course. I mean, there is a market for used panties. I just don't really know how to get into that. That's something I would have to look into. But honestly, it also means I have to keep buying panties, and that's like there's a whole cash flow thing. I need to be able to buy panties and then also sell them and justify buying new ones. So it's like I need to be able to have profit. I can't really do that unless I already have an audience that'll buy them. Yeah, sadly a lot were not, and that's going to be the case. There's a lot of people who just don't, like, they see that I'm trans and they use that video as a confirmation of their hatred of trans people. Or they don't like autistic people and they use that video as confirmation for as like a justification that autistic people are like broken or whatever. If it's not because of being trans, it's because of being autistic. Unfortunately, that's not really going to change. But what I do know is that I don't care about those people so much. And in fact, I don't care about them at all. They're losers. They are not my viewers. They are not my customers. My viewers care about me. My viewers want me to succeed. My customers, my viewers. Those are the people who matter. The people who show up to my chat to interact with me in a positive way. Doesn't mean I want like a pure echo chamber, but mostly I just want a positive interaction with people. I don't want to like be attacked by people. Or people who even give me money. Like the fact that somebody took time to interact with my content or to even give me money means that's a much more important person to me. Not because they're like dollar signs to me. I know that there is a meme, and I did kind of meme a little bit the other day as a joke. But honestly, it's not even about dollar signs. Like, it's not about that. It's that even if money wasn't involved, I would still be doing something like this. I would have a lot of different motivations, but I really do feel like you get your best content and your best quality work when it's something that you truly are passionate about, that it's something that you truly care about, and that you would do even if you didn't need money. And you'll notice that with like a lot of the most successful people in the world, they'll just continue to do what they do because they love it, and it's what makes them who they are. So I feel like it's really important to stay true to that. And sadly, because of Boxed Life, there's going to be a lot of people who just see a very small, inaccurate depiction of me that they jump to all sorts of conclusions about and judge me because of. And my goal is to rise above that and prove them wrong, and to make better content so that it'll outshine that bullshit that somebody took and warped into a narrative for his hateful viewers. And that's just a normal part of being a content creator, is there's going to be people out there who just hate you. And if you don't have haters, I don't think you're doing it right. Because honestly, I've had way more people show up, give me positivity, than I've had people. I mean, obviously I've had hate raids and stuff, but I don't care. I don't count them as people. Like, they're just not real. And honestly, they do exist, but they don't matter. Like, they're not the people I'm making content for. They're low quality trash. But it's a rough task. Okay, I'm already in a rough spot even without that. What trans are you? Not that it's really any of your business, but I know what you kind of mean. I do talk about this a lot. I am a trans woman. I am a woman. I am female. And also legally, but I was assigned male at birth because it's a good guess. When based on someone's genitals, it's a good guess. Like, for 99% of people, that works out. But I'm part of the 1% who isn't cisgender, who needs and I'm mostly done with my treatments, honestly. I just have one surgery coming up in November for my face, and I have another surgery coming up next November for my vagina. And then I'm done. And it's just maintenance. And I'm trying not to define myself by my gender. Like, I am Rebecca Lauren, a human being. I am not defined by the fact that I'm transgender. I'm not defined by the fact that I'm autistic, or that I've lived in poverty, or that like bad things have happened to me, or that some video was spread around sowing a lot of hatred, because those people are ignorant. Those people don't really care about me. Those people make assumptions about people without actually giving that person any kind of chance at all. And my task is to overcome that, is to rise above it, is to outshine that previous content. Because that content, it was just a really bad day. It was just a really bad day. And that happens. I'm autistic, and that was early on in my transition, only a few months in. I was going through a lot of changes, socially and chemically. And I do have an alcoholic dad who likes to push my buttons even to this day. And it's gotten a little bit better, but it still happens because he just gets really drunk and he refuses to respect boundaries, even though he understands that I'm autistic and that if you push my boundaries hard enough, I will shut down and I will have a meltdown. And if he pushes all those buttons hard enough, it will happen. It's really hard for most people to get me to that point. It has to be like a person who's deliberately making an effort over a long period of time to harm me. And somebody who actually is effective at it, not some loser on the internet who thinks that they're like hurting me by making like 4chan posts about me. Like I literally don't care. Like you are nothing to me. Like you are literally garbage. You have nothing better to do with your time except go on the internet and try to harass people. That is pure human garbage. Like, I feel sorry for you. Like that, you have nothing better to do in your life except point the finger at other people and say that they're losers and you're the bigger loser. Because, guess what? Like, I moved on. I'm living my life. I don't care about you. You are nothing to me. I know who I am. My fans know who I am. And you can just go get a therapist, please. You need help. If you're on the internet trying to find people to harass, you need serious help. Hey, what's up, Six Sock? I don't know why, but Restream didn't pick you up. Oh, because Restream bot parted. I see. Yeah, so it's like, basically I'm doing pretty great. Yeah, there's been internet outages, today. I might not stream very long today. I've already had some issues, and I also am kind of getting, I'm kind of getting to the wrapping up part of the stream anyway. just kind of trying to motivate myself and just catch up with some people. I will not feel safe with my life and my career until I actually see some actual tangible results in my life, where I'm financially independent and where I have a sustainable source of financial independence. Yeah, there's some internet issues going on today. Might be the heat wave. Hopefully there's no like fires going on or something. I'm gonna keep showing up to my work to work on my articles. I'm gonna keep writing. I'm gonna keep motivating myself on my stream. I have confidence in myself. I have confidence in my ability to maintain human relationships. My ability to do the work. I have confidence in myself to create content that is valuable to people. Because I know that I have in the past, and I know that I'll continue to. It's only going to get better. But it's just doing the work on a day-to-day basis is the real challenge, because that takes me a very long time to develop sustainable habits. And I've been working on it the past 3 years in therapy. But I still have a lot of work to do, because I have a ton of free time, like a shitload of free time, and I should be like absolutely like constantly outputting quality content, but I am not doing the work, and I need to, because once I start getting in that work and consistently publishing articles, consistently making decent quality YouTube videos and TikToks, and re-syndicating a lot of those articles like in Twitter threads and stuff like that, Instagram posts of like thirst photos if I can get good quality photos going, and then of course my OnlyFans, like, which is a different endeavor entirely that I can't really talk about too much as far as details. But needless to say, I have a really good and simple and straightforward growth strategy for that. And it also makes me some money. But I'm not really trying to monetize right now. I'm trying to make sustainable growth. And sustainable human connections. Which I know just from like the regular viewers who continually come back and who are interested in what I have to say, and who are invested in me, that people care about me, and that I do have value. And so I need to trust that. I need to trust that as long as I do the work, and as long as I fight to be able to do the work, even when I can't do it. And there's going to be periods of time where I'm not going to be able to do as much, some periods of time where I'm going to be able to do a shit ton, but I need to get that reliability. I need to be able to do that on a regular basis. And just keep publishing, keep publishing, keep publishing. And eventually there's going to be a breaking point where things start to move. And I start to make some real growth. And I know that will happen. I just don't know when. But it won't happen at all if I don't do the work. So that's kind of like why I'm kind of motivating myself now. And I'm getting a little tired. That's part of it. So I'm going to end the stream, even though I've had a few outages. I'm just going to, I don't really have the energy to keep going anyway. I kind of said everything that I wanted to say anyway. So I think I'm pretty much done anyway. But basically, I do these streams as a way to kind of like reinforce my resolve and to kind of organize my thoughts a bit so that when I do get to work, everything's already kind of been laid out. But there's some serious questions I need to answer with focus and clarity that I have just not been approaching. I have like been avoiding it, even though I know I need to do it. And also I'm lying. I've literally have been doing it. So I need to stop doing that to myself. I need to stop saying that I'm failing, because I'm not. This isn't like a delusion. I literally am doing the work, and I'm not accepting it. And I need to accept my work. Yeah, the internet's really going out today. So I'm gonna head out. Thank you all so much. Bye bye.